everyone, and welcome back to our table. It's so good to have you here. I'm so excited about today's session. Before we get started, I first wanted to thank all of our subscribers. We're having a great time over there in Discord. And if you want to join us over in Discord, subscribe and link your Twitch and Discord, and you should be automatically entered into that. And if not, message me or whisper me or whatever. We'll figure it out. I know everybody is just so excited to start. We'll do another Q&A, Disco Discusses D&D, and we'll give our Discord subscribers kind of first dibs on the questions there. So another little fun thing. But without further ado, let's toss it over to Tuyen for a little episode recap of what happened last time. Oh no. All right. Okay. So before we get into Tuyen, we've got a situation here. We've got a guest player. We don't know who they are. They don't have a head, but they're waving, they're moving, they're grooving. All right. Here's the reveal.
That was funny.
That was awesome, babe. I love that. Anyway. Tuyen, why don't you give us a little episode recap?
Yes. So Tuyen pulls out a piece of parchment paper and a pen and quill, and he writes, "Dear William, my captain, I miss you very much. A lot has happened since I last wrote to you. We met with P.A. Witherthorn, who is my professor for my class performing for the audience. He's an amazing performer, not as amazing as you, but he did ask us to help him investigate these mysterious, unidentifiable monsters that have been lurking around campus. And they've been there since before students started showing up. So he suspects that a faculty member might be responsible for these monsters being here. And he offered to let me audition for the school play if we helped him. So, of course, I took the opportunity. You know, I would never turn down an opportunity to be a part of the stage. I ran into Stefan. I was really surprised to see him here, actually. I thought he was still on the ship with you, but he's on campus, I guess. And I met a goth girl named Moonswallow, and she's in a cappella with me. She's not very good at scaring, but probably good at singing. A very creative person, loves art, and I think we're going to be good friends. I think I might have a little bit of a crush on her. We also met the Flail Snail Cheer Squad, which my friend Tisryn tried out for, and he absolutely excelled at. He officially joined the team, and he's now a cheerleader. Tisryn made Rufus do a flip, and I caught him before he fell. And Zachary Green, the cheer squad captain, was very unimpressed with the two of us, unfortunately. On the field, we encountered these barnacle monsters that PA told us about, and we fought them. I was hurt, but nothing that a good night's rest couldn't heal. I killed the first one with my short sword, and Jeeps killed the second and third one. Jeeps is the manservant of Rufus, I think. I suggested that we dispose of the bodies, which ended up being a mistake. Next time we'll bring the corpses to Cress, who is a professor that's helping us identify the monsters. And we're going to chaperone a guest lecturer for them in exchange for their time and expertise identifying the monsters. And I've been doing all right in my classes, although I'm finding memorization to be challenging. I'm really missing the ship and the crew, and I really most of all miss you and your mentorship and your presence. I'll talk to you soon. Sending all my love, Tuyen.
Lovely. Thank you, Tuyen. Very nice. Well, it's the day after all of yours last tests. You wake up in the morning and you hear a knock at the front door of your dorm room.
No, I woke up earlier and I did my calisthenics at sunrise.
All right, Tisryn, you have already woken up. You've done your calisthenics. They're very good and nice, and nobody did them with you, unfortunately.
No.
But you're coming back to your room, and you see Maplethorn, the small treant, about to knock on the dorm room door.
Oh, hello, Maplethorn. What are you doing here?
Oh, hello, Tisryn. It's good to see you again. I've been sent by Crest to let you know that the guest lecturer will be arriving shortly. And if you could go retrieve them from the entrance of Rio Del Mar. Their name is Herman Lerman. And you have been
Lerman.
Herman Lerman, I believe
Herman
it's
Lerman.
pronounced. And you have been tasked with escorting them directly to the Rio Del Mar main stage, so he may give his lecture. And then after that, I believe he wants to complete some other things while on campus, which I am sure you can assist him with.
Okay, and is all three of us supposed to do it?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, I go in the room and I poke on Rufus and I poke on Tuyen to wake him up. Wake up, wake up!
I said
wake up.
we thought we weren't going to do this anymore.
Good
It is
morning.
time to wake up. We must go get Herman Lerman.
Who's
Who?
Herman Lerman?
Who?
Herman Lerman is the guest lecturer who we are watching, remember?
Oh.
Watching and helping.
Oh, right.
Is that
okay.
today?
Yes, it's today. Come on, let's go.
Fine.
Okay.
Put on
And-
shoes.
Quickly get dressed.
Do we need jeeps? Do we need jeeps?
Jeeps.
Do we need jeeps?
Is that how you say jeeps?
Jeeps?
I'm gonna go and knock on Jeeps' door.
Jeeps is already awake, just sort of sitting on the end of his bed, in like his full suit. Good, and he stands as you knock and opens the door. Good morning, sir. Are you in need of assistance?
Good morning, Jeeps. Yes, we have to go retrieve a
Herman
what is it again?
Lerman.
Herman Lerman. If you can come with, that would be very helpful.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Anything else you all want to do before you head out?
I do actually want to cast Find Familiar.
Sure.
Coordinate.
Talk to me a little bit about Find Familiar. Are you doing this in front of people? Is it a secret in Jeep's room? Tell me about this.
I'll probably do it in Jeep's room.
Okay.
Just for a second. It's not that I don't mind people seeing him, but I like it more when he likes to be hidden. His name is Hamburger, and he is a lizard.
Yeah, so Jeeps watches as this lizard appears. It sort of looks like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like almost like a pug version of a lizard. One eye is a little bit larger than the other eye. Its tongue is a little loose and just sort of hangs out of its mouth. And one eye just sort of is constantly just like looking around in random directions. It's a small little lizard.
I've definitely tried to summon a more like anatomically correct lizard, and it doesn't work with him, so I just leave him as he is. And Jeeps, do you have the baggie that I asked for with just the hamburger baggie?
Yes, and he reaches into his closet, which is empty, and just pulls out the single baggie which you had requested, which has HB on it for hamburger baggie.
Fantastic, thank you. I'm just gonna pull one of those out and just kind of break it in half, a hamburger, and just put it on my shoulder and let him eat it.
So you wait. There's he's eating a hamburger.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hamburger is eating a hamburger.
gotcha. All right.
I love that.
I would not have named him Hamburger if that wasn't what he ate.
Right. Of course.
I would have named him Ethel or something.
I thought you were breaking hamburger in half, but that's not fair. You all head out. You follow this sort of path which you've traveled into campus. You're traveling back out. You make your way towards the front gate. And as you make your way to the front gate, you see a man stepping out of the train car, which you all arrived in.
The train.
And as the train sort of, you can see Hilly wave at you as it sort of starts to drift back down the
Hello.
as it drifts back down the hill. And the man sort of stands there and turns around. Mary, what does the group see as Herman Lerman turns to face them?
They see a small gnome-sized person. He is a deep gnome, so he's sort of traditional-looking gnome, but kind of gray. And if he stood too still, your eyes might just kind of blur and assume he was a rock. So it's a pretty drab appearance, but he's small and a gnome, and he's carrying many books and is dressed tidily with pants that come up to his rib cage and a little plastic protector for his pocket so his many pens don't break and create a stain on his nice white shirt.
And just quickly for Herman's sake, for the rest of the group, what does Herman see as he looks out and sees the three of you looking at him?
Well, I see the stunning natural habitat of king of all snails, the whale snail.
Yeah, that's what Herman says to you all as he.
My
he looks at
God!
Hello, Herman Lerman. I'm Tisryn.
Well, hello, big bird boy.
And this is Rufus. And what is that on your shoulder, Rufus?
Oh, this is Hamburger. He's my familiar. He's just to help us through the day when we need him. He's usually very nice, just a bit shy. Don't mind him at all.
I don't mind him.
Okay.
I think he's
Lizards are-
adorable.
Lizards are natural predators to the snail.
Oh.
I encounter them in my studies from time to time.
So
That's
you
very interesting.
study
Yes,
snails?
yes, I think so. Excuse me?
You study snails?
Oh, yes, I'm a snailologist. If I may say so. Myself, a preeminent snailologist in this region. By my name might precede me. It's Herman Lerman. Never mind it. I don't know him. Oh God, a cat!
It's really nice to meet you, Mr. Lerman. I'm Tuyen. I am studying performing arts here at the university.
Oh, fascinating. Never much of an art person myself. I lack an imagination of any sort.
God. You see as this stray cat runs up and bites Herman on the ankle and then runs away.
Are you
Is this
all right?
what it's like?
There are strange creatures here, though. You should be watching. You should be very mindful and watchful. But we will
I
watch
am-
over you too.
Oh, thank you,
Yes,
bird
that's
boy.
true.
I'm quite small myself.
My name is
This
not
why I
Bird Boy.
love
It is Tisryn.
toe ring.
It's Tisryn. Tisryn, right? Not Tisryn.
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 But I said
Tisryn.
toe ring.
Well,
Is that not it?
My name is not Bird Boy or Toe Ring. It is Tisryn.
I
Okay,
sometimes
that's
call him Bird as well, just because
It is
it's
not that.
easier.
That's not my name, though.
Okay.
No, it's
No, it's not.
Tisryn.
Well, hindsight, that was incredibly rude of me, and I apologize to, sir.
I accept your apology. Thank you. Let's go. We must take you to the theater.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you all start making your way towards the theater. As you're walking back over this trail, you again come to this section in the path. It's about 15 feet wide, filled with this like running stream of water. You can make your way across it like you did last time. But would you like to do anything different? And Herman, there's this big sort of section of the path which looks like it's been washed away, about 15 feet wide, maybe 2 or 3 feet deep. Doesn't look dangerous, but maybe a bit slippery. How do you make your way across this washed out section of the path?
I think Herman gets really anxious. I don't feel like physical stuff is his bag, so he's like
Very nervously walking, very slowly, afraid to slip.
Herman Lerman,
oh,
I would
sir.
Be, if you, I
Should
would
I
be
go
happy
down
to-
backwards on my hands and knees, or?
No, it's okay. I can just part the waters if that's okay. If everyone wants to follow, I can just shape water and push it out of our way so we don't get wet.
Yeah.
Rufus Jeeps looks at you, wondering if you want to go in the water path or if you want to be carried across as before.
Tuyen, are we sure that if you part, it's not going to get any little bits of water are going to fall through and get splashy?
I'm 99% sure. Yeah.
Right. Just to be safe, Jeeps, and I'm just gonna go up piggyback.
Wonderful.
Herman, I could also lift you and fly you over if you would like.
That would be fantastic. Yes, please. Pick me up in your large talons.
I could just use my arms.
I'm still pretty... Yeah.
And I pick him up.
Again, I feel that I've been rude.
I pick him up. I do have talons, though. You're not... I mean, that is accurate.
Oh, God. Thank God. All right. Good. I was scared.
I lift him up and fly over.
Wonderful. And
down.
Tuyen, you're able to shape the water and carve a bit of a path for Jeeps as well, and you all make your way to the other side of this path. You keep walking north directly towards the Rio Del Mar main stage. The sort of unpaved path slowly turns into cobblestones as you make your way onto campus. And you can see that there's actually already this early in the morning quite a large gathering by the Rio Del Mar main stage of both students and faculty members. Some are milling about, but some have already sort of taken their seats in this sort of in-ground amphitheater with a stage at the very bottom. And Herman, as you sort of start to walk and people notice that you kind of get a polite clap, that people are sort of excited to see you.
Thank you. That's completely unnecessary. Thank you.
You see people sort of whisper, yeah, that's Herman. I think that's Herman. And you can see an usher sort of come up to you and sort of bring you down a flight of stairs onto the stage area, where once you step on stage, you can see that the audience, there's quite a sizable audience is gathered around. They all sort of do a very polite and meaningful clap to you as you sort of take the stage for your lecture.
Yes, thank you for your warm welcome. Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Can I lean over to these two and just whisper, did you know that he was quite popular? Did you know of him?
I don't know anyone, though.
Oh, okay. Well, Tuyen?
Seems like a cool guy, but I don't know anything about snails myself, so no.
Go flail snails!
Well, okay.
Go flail snails!
Nobody kind of responds because everyone is so focused on Herman and his lecture. Herman, what is the title of your lecture?
Oh no.
Thoughts and observations on upon the historic occasion of the snail flail mating ritual and further reflections on how those echoes are detectable in our world even today.
Incredible. Could you just give that back to me one more time? I'm kidding. So you begin to talk about how flail snails are earth-based creatures. They're highly sought after by hunters because they produce a number of valuable resources, including their highly valuable shells. They move slowly and consume everything in their path, like vegetation, and which makes them really important to ecosystems. They love eating crystals and mineral deposits, and that they're generally not aggressive until they're threatened, in which case they can be very dangerous. Would you, Herman, roll me a nature check and a performance check to see how well this lecture went for you?
Okay, well, my nature check is an 8.
Okay.
So I guess it wasn't fact-based. My performance check is a 5.
Okay, yeah. It's not that you're
So I also didn't razzle dazzle.
You're not getting the facts wrong. Things kind of are slipping out of your mind. You're forgetting a word or two.
He's a boring man.
It's a very quiet, not really, he's not mic'd up at all. So yeah, everyone is straining to listen, very excited to see you. But I can tell everyone's having just a bit of trouble following along. Towards the end of the lecture, Herman, you of course want to give a test to see how well the information was received. How do you test the audience? Is it a written test, an oral test, a memorization? How would you test the audience?
It's an oral pop quiz.
Fantastic. And how hard do you think this test is? Do you think it's an easy test, a super hard test? Like, what do you think?
I think it's a really hard test.
All right, so Tuyen, Tisryn, and Rufus, you said it's an oral pop quiz. Will you roll me, how about either a history or an insight check with disadvantage, because it was kind of hard to hear and hard to understand. And if it's a very hard test, I'm gonna set the DC at 19.
Oh.
I got an 8.
An 8?
12.
A 12?
I got a 2 minus 1, which is 1.
Woo!
You all have been sitting sort of at the top row. None of you understood anything outside of flail snails. You absolutely bombed the test. You
Is this
tried
what,
to keep up.
getting popular does to you? Makes you quiet and weird
The
and boring?
mascot is a snail. We're not required to learn anything about snails.
But you absolutely, I don't think, Rufus, you've ever bombed a test this hard. You don't know if it's going to go on your permanent record or not. Probably not. But yeah, you didn't pick up any information from this lecture whatsoever.
I dissociate and go like white.
Oh, Rufus, you okay, buddy? Oh.
After you finish your lecture, Herman, people come up and they shake your hand. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so
Herman.
welcome. Absolutely. Well, same to you and yours.
And I'm standing right behind him to make sure no one is doing any sudden moves.
Mm-hmm. You do see like a dwarf come up and quickly grab at his hand. But it was just a handshake, just a fast-moving dwarf.
We both overreacted there, my friend.
This is getting a little too Professor Frank. Sorry, I'm gonna pull it back. Fully. The audience sort of clears out, and the four of you are left there. Herman, you know that you're here to do some specific things, and the next thing on your list of things to do would be acquiring this map, which would bring you to the Empire Grade Flail Snail Sanctuary, which is in the Magpie Library.
Pardon me, children. I am looking for the map of the Snail Flail Reserve. And then need to go to the library, which has a name I can't remember. I was hoping maybe you children could help lead me there.
Well,
Yes?
we have the whole day. We have the whole day with you to help you. So I don't know where we would go to start trying to look for that map.
Is
The
anyone else around
library.
at all?
Make a perception check.
Have any of us been to the library before?
I don't think we have been
I
to the
don't think so.
library.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Yeah, you see a gnome with a book bag walking by.
Hello, gnome with book bag. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Tisryn,
Yeah.
Would you know where the library is?
My name's Mark.
Hello, Mark. My name is Tisryn. Would you happen to know where the library is? We need to go there. We need to take this very famous popular lecturer, Herman Lerman, there.
Hello, Mark. I too am a gnome.
Hi. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Lermain. Is that what you said?
Lerman.
Lerman. Okay.
Lerman.
All right. Well, why don't you just follow me? I'm actually on the way there now to get something to eat. Why don't
you
you
so
guys
much,
follow
Mark.
me?
Thank you,
You're
Mark.
gonna
Would you like to
to the
join me?
library to eat.
You eat
Yeah.
books, Mark?
What, you guys don't know? They have tons of stews and soups at the library.
Oh, very good. Would you like to join me tomorrow morning at the sunrise for calisthenics?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, very good. In the sunrise at the morning in the what is called quad?
I don't
Is this
know.
what's called quad? I've heard people. use the
Tisryn,
word.
roll an insight check.
Aww.
22.
He's not gonna come.
Aww.
You see?
Why
it
are
in
you
his
lying to me, Mark?
I'm not. You guys want to go to the library?
You just lied to me again.
Listen,
Mark, it's
Well,
not very
I'm a-
nice to lie about that. You just be upfront.
I was just-
Children, I'm an adult. Stop, you're fighting. Now let's go on to the library.
Right, that's fine.
Can
Mark,
we
if
trust
will-
you to take us to the library, Mark? Since you are lying about other things?
Listen, I just got nervous, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. That was really...
I agree. I think you're coming down too hard on Mark.
I believe in honorable communication.
I'm working on it, okay? It hasn't been easy for me, okay?
Everybody's got a story, Tisryn. You know,
Well,
Yeah.
Mark's
should
probably
we,
got his own journey.
Oh God.
Come on, just follow me. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm feeling really bad all of a sudden.
Oh,
Well, maybe
Oh,
you should
dear.
feel bad for lying.
Okay, we could have this conversation while we're walking.
No, I want to stand it. No, well, we can do it while we go. Okay, fine.
Mark, god damn it. You just
Why are you yelling at me now?
everybody's really ganging up on Mark, and I just, as a fellow gnome, it doesn't feel cool.
Why does this always
Like-
happen to us gnomes?
I know,
it's
Mark.
nothing to do with that. It's just, just being straightforward with people is usually better.
You're right. You're right. Okay, he starts walking off and leads you not actually very far. It's like a 4 or 5 minute walk to the Magpie library. You see it's sort of covered by tall swaying trees. There's like freshly fallen leaves out in front. And in front is like this wooden circular door. It looks very cozy and like homey and inviting. And Mark says, well, listen, it's nice meeting you. I have some thinking to do. And he sort of walks off as leaves sort of fall behind him as he disappears into campus.
Maybe you could meditate on it, Mark.
You hear no reply.
Let us go into the library, Herman
Hey, I
Lerman.
don't know how to ask this, but are you kids the mean kids or the nice kids?
No, we've actually been picked on quite a bit ourselves.
Yeah, me too. To be honest. So that's why I felt bad for poor Mark back there. But onto the library we go.
You enter through this like circular wooden door and you see these irregular bookshelves of various sizes lining each wall. At first glance, it looks to be kind of like a modest library with like a simple collection, but very well maintained. You see a few students at a large communal table that stretches down the center of this one-story building. But what also catches your eye is that on the left side of the wall, there are these large pots, which look to be like steaming with some kind of like stew or soup or liquid inside that are being tended by a loxodon, which is like an elephant person, who's holding a ladle and wears a white chef's jacket. He's got ruddy gray skin, an unkempt mane of long black hair, and just above his trunk is like a huge black mustache that like curls to multiple
Sorry.
points.
Above his trunk? That would be like if you had a mustache above your nose. Which is cool.
I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go ahead and stand by what I said and I'm going to let the audience decide what that, I'm going to let you imagine that in your mind. In my mind, looks amazing.
It's sort of like an eyebrow mustache.
Yeah.
A nice unibrow.
Yeah. And he's sort of stirring one of these pots.
I think I'd like to go and try some. We haven't eaten breakfast. I don't know about you, Tisryn, if you did this morning, but would you like soup, Herman?
I would like some soup.
Yeah, I would love a super stew.
You
Right.
all walk up to this loxodon. Oh, hello, friends. What can I help you with?
Oh, we're just looking for some. What do you have here?
Well, today I have the classic onion soup. the onion bisque, and the onion chowder.
Oh, lots of onions. Delicious.
Who doesn't love onions? The gift from the gods. Truly an exquisite vegetable.
I would like onion soup, please. Thank you.
And which onion soup? Is that the classic onion soup?
The classic onion soup, please. Thank you.
One classic onion soup. He takes his ladle, scoops it up and sort of drips it on. And you can see there's a little station where he drizzles some cheese on top and plops a little soup spoon in there and hands it to you, Tisryn.
Thank you so much.
Is he holding the ladle with his trunk?
Yeah, he actually, you can see he was holding it with his hand, but then transfers it to his trunk. And you can see as his trunk sort of goes to scoop the soup, he gets like a big whiff in of the soup. You can see he smells it and just, and then ladles the soup into the bowl.
Not my favorite. I have been turned off soup. I think I'm good. I'm just going to have a power bar.
Could I have some of the onion chowder, please?
But of course, my friend. He again takes his trunk, scoops it in, gets a nice whiff of that onion chowder, pours it into a bowl. You can see it's very creamy, but also looks, and smells really good, and hands you this bowl of onion chowder. Yes, we like to. This library is really to give people a feeling of home and coziness, and it allows me to work at my culinary delights. I hope you enjoy.
What is your name?
My name is Ash May. I'm a second year here at school.
Ash May.
Yes.
And Tisryn, would you like to do calisthenics with me at sunrise?
Oh, brother.
Unfortunately, at sunrise, I'm busy making my soups. Well,
Oh,
perhaps.
it is so delicious, and I want you to keep doing that. Thank you.
Yes.
Ash, may I ask you a question?
Of course, friend.
I'm looking for a map of the flail snail preservation area. Do you know where I could go to find that?
He thinks. He says, well, I don't know anything of the flail snail preservation area, but maps, there might be something over there. And he sort of points down to the end of this hall, and you can see that at the back wall there's like a something on the wall that sort of has like an exhibit title that says Maps of Yon and Yor, and below it looks like there's a couple of books on display in glass cases. Perhaps something over there might help you out.
Fantastic. I go over there.
Yeah, and Herman, you know that the actual location of the Flail Snail Sanctuary is a tightly guarded secret to keep it safe from poachers and other people who would be hostile to the Flail Snail population.
Yeah, I knew all that.
Yes, of course. But that's why there's just not a map readily available, and even finding a map is quite a big deal.
Yeah, I figured.
You make your way down the hall of this sort of just like a long straight library. You walk past a student who's reading like a leather-bound book with this like long green hair, sitting up very straight and proper. And there's like a large librarian's desk with a gnome sitting there who's sorting through books, and also is kind of looking up from time to time to see if anybody needs anything. As you get closer, you can see these glass displays that are encased in three separate glass cases. Each have three large leather-bound books open on display. You can kind of take a look at these three different books in these glass cases.
Can I investigate them to see if any of them are a map of the thing?
Yeah, roll an investigation check or a perception check.
Could I
While
maybe go to the librarian
Herman
and ask?
Lerman is doing that, I'm also seeing, are there any books that at all resemble the book that I have? Like anywhere in the library? Just I'm like trying to look and see if there's
Roll a
anything.
perception check. And sorry, Rufus, what did you say?
Oh, I was just going to ask the librarian if they knew where that map might be in those books, unless we find it now.
What is that sound? Do you guys hear that sound?
I do.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm betting on it being Merlin.
The
I'm
rabbit.
betting-
It's
It's the
so,
god.
so
It's a rabbit.
It's absolutely Merlin chewing.
I'm
It took me a
currently
second.
roommates with a rabbit who is chewing on cardboard.
Get this rabbit
beneath me.
on camera? Can you put the
He's
rabbit on camera?
under the desk, but I'll try.
This
Let me
is an
try.
active shout out to Bex. Your rabbit is
Yes.
loud.
Here he is.
Where is he,
y'all.
monster?
Here's the
Oh my
rabbit.
god, there's a rabbit.
He's
Evil.
a big fluff ball.
Evil.
All right.
It really looks like a cat.
I thought it was our
Right?
cat. I thought it was.
So sorry if you
We
hear
don't talk to
background
him
noise.
right
That
now.
is.
Herman, you see on these 3 books that they're totally encased in
Wait,
glass.
I didn't even tell you what I rolled.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
And it was a good one. It was
Tell
a
me.
dirty 21.
Dirty 21. Amazing. They're totally encased in glass. You actually see on the back that there's locks, 3 locks for each individual glass case. So these books are sort of locked in glass. You can see one is a map of what looks like a map of Rio del Mar, but everything just seems like a little off. The second one is a map of just a bunch of trails and an uncertain piece of land. And the third is a map of some rivers and waterways that run down the side of a mountain and curve off the side of the page. And you can see at the top that there is text written in a language that you don't understand. Rufus, you come up to the librarian. Yes, can I help you?
Hi, yes, hello. We are just looking for a map, I suppose, that's supposed to be here that can maybe help us find the is it snail sanctuary? Or something it's
Hi,
called?
I'm here too.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. It's a snail sanctuary. Did you say that?
I did. But that's all right. It's for this man right here. There's a snail.
It's for me, but I'll back off if you have it.
Oh, it's fine. It's snail scientist. Snail.
I'm a snailologist,
Yes.
and I'll throw it back to you now. You got it. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, that's fine.
Unfortunately, I don't know what you're talking about, but we do have our maps on display. We've got those books in recently, but I don't think that they're available to the public, unfortunately.
What if you're very popular?
How popular? Maybe
Well, Herman Lerman,
He's
very
very-
popular.
Very well known.
I'm sorry. Could you just keep your voice down?
Oh, I'm very familiar with this from the monastery. There were times when we had to be very quiet and conduct silent retreats and silent meditation.
You're in a monastery? Anyway, can I introduce myself? I never do this. I am Herman Lerman, the preeminent snailologist in this region. I came here expressly to witness the mating ceremony of the snail whales on campus at the discretion of the administration. So it would be really helpful to me if you could just tell me which map it is.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
I also rolled a 13 on my perception check
Oh,
while I
thank
looked
you,
for books.
Anthony. I forgot about that.
18.
18. Well, listen, I don't know which book it is, but I will unlock the cases.
Oh,
You can flip around and see. Okay,
that's amazing. Thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure to meet you. We do have a couple of your books in stock here.
Oh my goodness, I'm so flattered. I never do that kind of thing. I'm sorry, it's a little tacky, but
No, thank you for introducing yourself. You can see the gnome hops off. It was a gnome sort of hops off and walks over to these cases and takes a key and unlocks these 3 locks and pulls back the glass case and says, "If you could just be careful with the books because they're on loan, but just have a look and see which one might be of use to you."
that's amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
What's your name? What is your name, short man?
he's a gnome. Be cool. You don't like Bird Boy. I mean, it's like 5 seconds ago you told me not to call you Bird Boy.
You are correct.
My name is Scribinato. I'm the head librarian here.
You can make fun of his name.
Hello, Scribinato. Scribinato, would you like to join me for calisthenics at sunrise?
You don't need to do that. No, he's been asking everyone. You don't need to say yes.
Be honest, because he will not like you.
It's very straightforward. Just a straight no is fine.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass. What you said earlier wasn't totally cool, so I'm just gonna... But it's such a pleasure to meet you, Herman. Let me know if you need any other help.
I need help.
Oh, yeah, no, great, thanks.
What do you need help with?
And I take out my book and I show it to him. I need help deciphering this book. Do you have anything like it?
Can we look it over my desk?
Yes.
Meanwhile, as you go over there, Tuyen, what are you up to right now?
I've just been eating my soup, like watching this all go down.
Tuyen,
It's really good soup.
The soup is excellent. The soup is very good.
And I go back for seconds.
Roll an invest. Oh, an Ashmay over there. Oh well, I believe somebody wants another taste and fills you up again. Roll Rufus and Herman. Roll investigation checks to see if you can decipher this.
It's a nat 20.
Oh yeah, baby. You see that the second book is a large tome. It's wrapped in this like silver filigree, and it's simply called Book 4. But as you peruse the pages, you come across a section that clearly outlines a path from the western side of Rio del Mar to a place labeled in the map called S. Flail Ranger House. It looks like it might be a half-day's journey to get there by foot, but you're able to record this map, and you have directions to where you think you need to go.
Gadzooks, gang, we did it.
Meanwhile,
Gadzooks? What does that mean?
Whoa. Wow. My. That kind of thing.
Sorry. Before we leave... Oh, no, go ahead.
no, let me actually look at this. Scribinato does not roll well. I'm sorry, we don't have any other book like this in the library. I've never seen these markings. Is it a language or something? You might want to bring this to a more qualified professor.
Oh, I will, but I wanted to know because you have books here. Maybe you knew things, but thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it, and I apologize again if I offended you, and I hope you have a very good day. Thank you.
And you as well, my friend. You're welcome in the library anytime. Just keep your voice down.
I will, and I shall come, and I shall be silent.
Okay. All right, Rufus. What did you need to say?
Oh, can I just, before we leave,
Yes.
Can I go up to the library and ask, are there saved here the old yearbooks, per se, of the school, going back to the beginning? Do you have copies of those?
I believe so, but I believe they're on special request. I think you have to put in a request for the correct year. We don't keep them out. Sorry, I raised my voice. I'm so sorry.
It's I didn't.
Oh my God, that was
sorry.
humiliating.
It's fine. We all do it. It's fine.
I've never done it.
Okay. Would I be able to put in a request for the very first yearbook?
Of course. What name should I put it under?
Rufus Barnaby Jones.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, it should be here either tomorrow or the day after.
Thank you very much.
Anything else you all would like to do before you head out and follow this map to the west of campus? No. You, following this map, you make your way west. You find the path exact. Yes.
Just to be nice,
Yeah.
I sign all the copies of my books before I go.
Aw.
You see that Scribinato's face lights up, and he says, "Would you mind? I have a personal copy if it's not too much to ask." And pulls. What is this book called, Herman? The one that Scribinato has?
Thoughts and reflections upon snails in this regions and regions beyond.
Amazing. Yeah. And
Did you just say in this regions?
This region and region beyond.
I understand.
Ridiculous.
you sign this book, and you can see Scribinato really, just like holding it to his chest as now a prized possession you've given him. You make your way west outside of the sort of bounds of campus. You find the beginning of a path right where you think this map would indicate. And you follow it west. You walk for a few hours through like knee-high grass under a very clear mid-afternoon sky. Weather's cool, and you occasionally catch the scent of the sea air blowing up from the south. The only mark of civilization that you see is the path you're following, single file, which either is like not well maintained or just doesn't get a lot of use. Can I get a marching order for you all?
I would like. I just want to be very near Herman Lerman, either at his side or in front or behind. I don't. I would defer to Herman Lerman, but I'm there to watch over him.
Sure.
Yeah, like, did you want to hold my hand?
Sure.
Okay. Just so I don't trip or anything. Is that weird or
No.
I just don't want to trip? Does anybody else want a hand? We could all hold hands.
No.
No, of course not.
I'm happy to walk in front with Jeeps. Jeeps is very good at
All right.
reading maps.
I can't
so
tell
if
how
you-
old children are, so I don't know if we still need all
we
to
are-
hold hands.
In
We
college,
are all
so
in
we
our
are
20s.
adults.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you still hold my hand?
I'll just take the back and
All right.
be like smelling the sea air, feeling a little bit homesick.
Yeah, so Rufus and Jeeps, you sort of push forward, leading the crew forward. You as it goes later in the afternoon, you kind of, the path abruptly hits like a pretty thick forest tree line that you make your way into. You know, the sky is like blocked by a thick canopy. There's branches and bushes that are overgrown. Occasionally have to kind of slow down to push through them. You start to hear the sound of rainfall, and like a slow but consistent trickle of water begins to reach you. Rufus, you come to a particularly tight corner. Will you make a perception check?
Yes. Oh no.
I'm going to make one for Jeeps as well.
7.
Yeah, you put your foot down just trying to move forward, and you feel as you try to pull your foot up that it is stuck. Your boot is stuck in the ground. Will you make a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
18.
18. You're about to like fall forward on your face, but you manage to put your other foot down and catch yourself. But your foot is firmly stuck to the ground. As you heard this like creaking from above you, will you make a Constitution saving throw?
Everyone stop walking.
What is happening?
I don't know yet. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Yeah, you feel like this piece of earth you're on, you actually feel like it's not soft dirt, that it's almost like a piece of wood. It sort of sinks in, and right as you catch it, you look up and you see this barrel tipping forward, and everyone, you see this splash of green liquid splash down, and Rufus, you're able to pull yourself back right away, and it sort of splashes and sizzles on the ground right in front of you.
What was that?
Is that acid? What is that?
Well,
Or go sniff it.
No, maybe don't sniff it. I don't know if that's safe.
no, do it.
Roll a investigation check with advantage.
Okay, that is I'm going to use my it's pretty good, but I want to do this. I have a student die. It's a dirty 20.
Yeah, you can tell right away that this is like a vial of some sort of acid.
Whoa!
And
It is
some
a vial
sort
of acid.
Is there like any sort of history check or something I could do to see like how likely I think that our trail is going to be booby trapped?
Yeah, roll a history or nature check with advantage.
Okay. So that will be a dirty 20.
Yeah, you recognize this setup as something that a poacher might use. They would trap a snail in this sort of thing of glue. The pressure plate would push down and the acid would pour on the snail, killing it, allowing a poacher to collect its shell.
Oh, Jiminy Crickets, these GD poachers get me so steamed.
They're a
Classic poacher
poachers.
trap.
What does GD mean?
I can't say it around a child.
Again, we are in our 20s.
Oh yeah, goddamn. These goddamn poachers make me so damn mad. You know?
These are poachers for snails?
Yes. Yes. The snails are heavily sought after by poachers who do not respect their simple majesty.
Oh. Well,
So,
Okay.
so children, be wary.
Well, we should root them out and end them.
wow,
well,
that was
end
very...
them?
I'm
End
concerned about
them.
your language there that you chose. It came up really fast out of you.
It's usually
was your
usually not
first
that
idea.
aggressive. He usually doesn't sound that aggressive.
We should,
Gotcha.
if they are not respecting the majesty, then we should end them.
End
them
as
comes
in
right
As
out
in,
of you like
you want
that.
to
kill?
That gets
End
at
them,
ending
end
a
them
fight.
from being able to do this.
Oh,
End
okay.
them.
The way
That
that you're saying
is
that
very
sounds like you're going to
different.
kill them.
Oh
I
no!
misunderstood.
End them from doing it.
This is another tangle
wouldn't-
situation. So it's
wouldn't
not.
say that
No.
so confidently. It sounds like you're trying to murder someone, which is very.
It sounds
Violent.
like that, and it sounds like you've murdered people before. You know?
Yeah.
I murdered a barnacle.
Well, Beetle.
A dark shadow moves through the woods.
What was that? So, if there's more acid traps, maybe I should take the front, Rufus, because I do have acid resistance. I won't be
That's a
damaged
good
in
idea.
case it falls on me.
Okay, yes,
so
that's
yeah,
smart.
I'll lead the way, and hopefully this is the only trap. But I kind of have a bad feeling that there's going to be more.
Yeah, you all continue to push forward. Tuyen, why don't you roll a perception check with advantage as you move on forward?
That was a nat 20. I got 22.
Amazing. Yeah, you keep pushing forward, and you don't see any more traps. Anything would indicate a trap. You're moving very cautiously, and you don't see anything. What happens actually is you kind of are pushing forward. The rain is continuing to pour. It's a pretty heavy downpour, and just as the sun sets, it's starting to get dark. You take a bend in the path, and uphill a bit, about 40 feet away from you, you see a small, like 1 or 2 room wooden cottage that has like this wooden log exterior, a bit of moss growing on it. A steady stream of water pours off the wooden roof, and there looks to be one window with a curtain drawn, and there's a steady stream of gray smoke trickling out of the chimney. And with that nat 20, I would say that this sort of lines up in the map where the ranger station might be.
Do you know what that is?
This looks like the ranger station. Should we stop by and talk to them?
I think that would be highly advisable, yes.
Okay. And I go up and knock on the door.
Yeah, you knock on the door. After a moment, you hear on the other side somebody say, "Who's there?"
We are from Rio del Mar. We are with the famous popular snailologist, Herman Lerman.
In my field. Popular, but
You hear silence for a second. Did you say Herman Lerman?
I said Herman Lerman.
Yes, he's with us.
Tisryn, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Blue's face right now.
18.
18? Yeah, after a moment, sort of a tense moment, you hear like some locks, like you hear like something being sort of unwound. Oopsie. And then the door sort of creaks open, and in front of you stands this like a elderly fearbog, which is like a goat or sheep person. In their left hand, they're holding a now like loaded crossbow, but it's not pointing at you all. You can see they're older. They've got like white fur coming from the top of their head, out of their ears, a little bit out of their nose, and is wearing like a combination of tan fabrics, a bit of animal hide, and has like sort of a cap that comes to a point with 2 balls sitting next to it. And he sort of eyes you all and says, "All right, let me see."
Hello, I'm Tisryn.
Yeah,
Hello.
hi. So
Sir Fearbolt, I am Herman Lerman. Are you familiar with my work in the studies of snailology?
he eyes you warily for a second, and then puts his hand out and says, I'm one of your biggest fans. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. It's been rough out here, so I can't tell you how pleased I am to meet you.
Yeah, we just ran into a poacher trap. It's crazy out here. Thank you for all
God
you do.
damn it.
And Herman just like grabs the end of his giant finger and shakes it. I'm thinking size-wise, that's appropriate.
Yes, he's like leaning down to you and holds you.
Oh.
It's a real pleasure to meet you. And who are your friends here, Herman?
These are some children I've collected from the school who are assisting me in locating the snail flail.
I'm in my
reserve.
late teens. I'm not a child.
Apologies. These are some young adults who are accompanying me to the snail flail reserve so I can witness the majesty of once in a lifetime mating rituals.
Well, you came just in time. Who knows if it's even going to happen? Come on in.
What in-
Come on in, friends.
I shake off my feathers.
Rain splashes all over you, Rufus.
Okay, nope.
Jeeps is immediately there with a rag to wipe your face off.
Thank you, Jeeps.
You all step inside this cozy one-room cottage. There's like a fire-burning stove, a wash basin, a bunch of knitted blankets. And there's some incredibly ornate stained glass windows that features flail snails in different poses. And he says, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Thank you for coming.
What sorts of poses?
Amazing.
There's three. There's a flail snail just moving forward. There's a flail snail.
Yes, you're beautiful. Move forward. Yes, I love it.
It's stained glass. It's rearing its head back to whip when it flails, and then there is one that has its like flail snail head turned and is winking seductively.
There's a goofy one.
There's a goofy one, yeah. Welcome, friends. My name's Chalmerston. I've been the flail snail ranger out here in the Empire Great Flail Snail Sanctuary for many years, and this year it's bad because of the mating season. A group of poachers is out now. Usually, hunters will just collect discarded shells, as you know, Herman, of course.
Yes.
They use them to craft expensive.
Was that a word? Was that a word?
Which? I don't make fun of the way you talk.
Okay.
Gee whiz. Oh, we were friends.
Okay.
Is it because I called you a kid all this time?
Listen, we have serious problems here.
Please
okay.
continue.
No,
Yes.
you're right. This is serious.
Sorry.
These poachers, they mean business. They're killers, and they're killing flail snails. And I'm worried if they kill any more flail snails, they won't get there in time for the mating ritual. Now, I've got some experience when it comes to combat, but I can't take these guys alone.
We will help you.
What do
Really?
they look like, the people who are poached? Do you know?
I've seen them a little. There's a big guy with some swords. He usually skins the snails and removes the shells.
My
There's-
God!
It's horrid.
Please, there are children here.
I'm sorry.
Where are the children?
Apologies, young adults.
Right. There's another one. He sort of sets these acid traps. He's clearly good with acid and alchemy, that kind of thing. And then there's just some watchmen. They look a little less strong, but they keep an eye out. But
I
look,
can be very sneaky when I want to be.
good, because I had a plan. I was hoping you all could help me with. I suspect I know where. Is everything okay, Herman? I'm sorry. I just want to check in with you, Herman. I know this
I'm
is
just
a lot.
adjusting to new people. I'm acclimating to the group.
I understand.
There's a lot to take in.
I'm really throwing a lot on your plate, Herman.
It's true.
But
It's true, but I can handle it.
I know you can. I've read your books. In fact, I have. No, you see Chalmerston goes over to a bookshelf, and at the very top, way up, he pulls down 4 of your books. One,
Oh my goodness.
of course, Flail Snail Regions. But what are the other 3 called?
There's thoughts and reflections.
That one.
Fun.
That one.
Snails
That was the one that you already heard.
are going through puberty.
Okay. all
Then-
right. Uh-huh.
There's volume 2 of that.
Okay, volume 2.
And that's followed by actually just a crime mystery novel I wrote under a nom de plume.
What's it called? What's it called?
Guns of Passion.
Love it.
And my nom de plume is Sherman Gurman.
Someone please make the book.
I forget even why he went and got the books, but he got them down. And says,
I've signed all of them.
I know that you can handle this, and I know it's a lot to put on your plate. But look, here's what I was thinking: if we get up early tomorrow morning, I think I know a couple of places where these poachers might set up a trap. If we can get there before them, we can ambush
Like at
them.
sunrise?
Oh, tomorrow morning?
Yes.
I have to do my calisthenics first.
Yes. Yes, with me.
What?
We do
Oh, you do
calisthenics together.
calisthenics.
At
Oh,
sunrise.
great. I'll meet you there, brother. Sounds great.
Will you join?
I absolutely will. A chance to do Herman's
What about you
classic
two fellas?
calisthenics.
You guys got a show?
No, I think I'll be fine. I don't usually like to get up that early, but you have a group now, and that's great, right?
Yeah, you guys have a good time. I'll be sleeping in as late as I can.
Okay, but that's how
But
you're
I'll-
gonna get injured. Not warming up.
That's
You gotta
fair.
warm up.
That's fair. Maybe
But
I'll just do a few quick stretches. I don't.
Yeah,
feel like
meet us in
doing
the
the whole-
morning. It'll be great.
One of the
Uh,
characters in Gun Shy, I think the book was called. Gunsmoke?
That's not it, but I can't tell you what
Guns
it
of
was.
Guns of Passion.
Guns of Passion.
Thank you.
He doesn't warm up. Bam, bam, dead.
Wow.
But the others are
It's-
explained warming up. It's written about that they warm up in the morning.
Yeah, but when
Exquisite
his calves
detail.
seize up on him and he gets a cramp and then he's out, you know?
It's the big twist.
And how long is that chapter?
89 pages, I think.
In the second volume, actually.
Yes. Anyway, what do you think? Do you think we could try and pull this off? Kill some poachers?
What do you think,
Yeah.
kid?
End them. We will end them.
Yes,
Killing
I would
is a
love to end them.
strong
No,
word.
I'm here to kill them. I have to be straight with you, and I'm ready
No,
to
in
die
this
out
case,
there.
we should end them, I think. Just
Okay.
So it's okay
Oh.
that I said end? I'm confused.
Maybe murder is not something.
no,
that
but
we
he,
wanna
yeah, and
have
like
on our
tie them up
hands.
Yes.
and call the police.
Or we
I
could
think
just
we should just say
threaten
tie them up
them.
and call the police instead of end them.
intimidation into not being poachers anymore, and maybe
And then also some sort of official follow through, right? I mean, hold these
Chalmers
guys to
says,
account.
"Oh, friends, there's no police out here. It's wild out here, and these people, they're not going to mess around. These are bad folks. If we're going to engage them, you got to be ready to do battle. If that's not something you're comfortable with, I totally understand. You're young adults. You got a lot of life ahead of you. For me, this is my life, and I'm ready to die for it."
I'm prepared to put my years of training to good use for the betterment of the flail snails.
I pledge my body to the flail snails and my soul.
How about you, Rufus?
I of course I'm going to help stop these people. I will try not to too badly injure them.
You feel
Just pledging ourselves right now, I think, right?
you feel
We're
a
just
hand on
pledging?
your shoulder, Rufus. He said, "Don't worry, sir. I will protect you."
Thank you, Jeeps. Yes. No, we don't need to get that, scary with this whole thing. I don't think we need to end anyone. But are we to assume that we're staying here for the night?
Yeah, I think so. Just kind of sleep anywhere. I've got some blankets to throw down.
Well, slumber party, kids.
Wait, what about you, Tuyen? Are you in? Did you? I didn't hear
yeah.
you pledge yourself.
I mean, I'm not really willing to die for the cause, but I'll help out the best I can. I'm not
I
going to
will
kill
not let you
anyone.
die, Tuyen. You will not die under my watch.
Thank you, Tisryn. I appreciate that. I'm going to make sure all of us stay alive,
Yes.
please.
With that, there's a steady rain falling. Chalmerston goes into the small kitchen area and pulls out some supplies and starts cooking up a sort of green leafy bacony dinner. for all of you all and slowly plates it out for everybody. And sort of throws down some blankets for you all to sleep and says, I'll wake you all up in the morning.
And I make up everyone but Rufus's, because Rufus told me not to do that.
You make everyone's bed except for Rufus? Yeah.
I noticed and give you a little nod.
Oh.
The morning comes, and you all are sort of like lightly jostled awake by Chalmerston. Chalmerston is up even before you, Tisryn, waking you up. It's hard to tell. It doesn't look like the sun has risen at all. But he says, why don't we get some calisthenics under our belt before we head out?
I'm ready.
Herman,
Where's Herman Lerman?
Herman, you've been woken up as well. Do you want to join in these calisthenics?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it. I just gotta really quickly eat this power bar.
Sure.
I'll stay behind with Rufus to just, I don't know, like make breakfast. And...
Sure. You can see that there's like some pancake mix left out that you can kind of direct Jeeps to make some pancakes very quickly.
Right. Yes, Jeeps. Do you see that? Just a few pancakes for each of us, if that's possible.
As you wish, sir. Pancakes.
Thank you, and one for yourself, of course, as well.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me a pancake.
Of course.
Just one.
Tisryn,
a single pancake.
Talk us through leading these calisthenics. You have Chalmerston, this sort of larger elderly fearbog. You have Herman.
Yes. So we begin with breathing exercises, of course, grounding. We ground our talons. Well, I have talons. You do not have talons. You have feet. We ground our feet and talons into the ground. We breathe. We feel our breath. And then we start moving our limbs to get circulation. We move very slowly at first, and then we increase speed. And then we do jumping from side to side. And then we do jumping up and down. And then we do plank. Lots of plank. We do many planks. And we do some downward dog and upward dog, of course. And then we do high knee kicks, high knee. And then we finish it off with jump spins, jump spin, jump spin. And then we praise the sun.
Thank you, son. You rock.
Thank you so much. I've been longing for someone to do this with me for days. I'm unaccustomed to doing it by myself, and I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Oh, that was
my
exquisite.
pleasure. My absolute pleasure. Wow, that really warmed me up. I'm in the zone.
Right, we've got some pancakes for everyone. After you're finished.
You can you munch on these pancakes. Chalmerston says, "Look, if we head out now, I think I might be able to show you a couple of different spots, and we can decide which one we like best. There's a dried up lake with a dock and the crumbled tower we could sort of spring up out of. There's a bridge over a stream. We could hide under the bridge and spring out from under that. There's some crumbled ruins with a bunch of stone walls. We could hide behind those and spring out on them. And there's a steep embankment that we could look down on, lay on, and pounce on them. So depending on how quick we move out, I could show you a couple of those."
Well, could we look at the Tuyen? Would the bridge be favorable to you if there's water running underneath? That might be something
For sure.
that we could use for
Yeah.
advantage.
So the way this will work is everybody roll a Everybody roll a nature check, DC 12, and I'll show you the different maps depending on how well these rolls are.
I got a 2.
A 2,
7.
a 7,
10.
a
18.
10, and 18. So you can look at.
We're rocking it. What about Jeeps?
Oh, what about you?
All right, I'll roll for Jeeps.
Jeeps likes
what about
map.
Chalmerston?
Chalmerston is showing you the way, so he's focused. Jeeps rolled a 4. So you can see one of these maps. Meta, you can see one of these maps, and if you don't like it, you can decide a different one. So you have the dried up lake, you have the bridge over the stream, you have crumbling ruins, and you have a steep embankment. Which one would you like to see?
You said the stream, right? The bridge.
Could
over
we
the stream?
see? Yes, the bridge
All right.
over the stream. Could we see that one?
All right, I'm going to change this. Where's the bridge? Oh, no, bridge over the stream is number 2.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
So Chalmerson takes you here and says, we could when they cross. I know that they'll set up because the flail snails will cross this bridge. They'll set up a trap somewhere. We could spring up out from underneath, and try and get them. What do you think? Or do we want to just go and we can set up somewhere else?
No, that sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
I like this one. I think if water is to your advantage, and we can hide under the bridge, and I think that's pretty straightforward.
All right. Fine. This is good. This is good. They'll be here soon. Why don't we all try and make ourselves scarce? Everybody roll a stealth or survival check. It's going to be a group check to see if you're able to hide and surprise these folks.
12.
12,
9.
18.
9, 18,
19.
19. Yeah, you guys pass. You all sort of clamber under these bridge. We can set it up after the break, but you feel relatively hidden. And as you wait there for not actually very long, you start to hear a couple of just voices off in the distance as a group of poachers push their way out of the forest and make their way towards the bridge. And that's where we will go to our little intermission. When we come back, we'll see what happens next. We'll see you in a couple of moments, friends. Intermission. All right, we are back with the sort of setup to this ambush. Let me get the screen looking good. All right, so we have Tuyen here, we have Tisryn here, we have Jeeps here. Over here's Chalmers. Sorry, this is not Jeeps. This is Herman Lerman. Excuse me. This is Chalmerston, Jeeps, and Rufus. There's like this large guy with these two swords over here. There's someone who you can see holding a vial of acid over here. And then these three sort of just regular mercenary types. Why don't you all give me initiative? Tisryn, what did you roll?
21.
21. Tuyen, what did you roll?
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
My
that's
bad.
all right.
I did not roll.
Rufus, what did you roll?
19.
19.
That's 3.
3.
Dear
Tuyen,
God.
Tuyen, while
The
you're
bunny piece. Now that I roll a 3,
while
so
you're
much
waiting
is going wrong.
to come out, a bunny actually bites your toe and distracts you for a second. Herman Lerman, what did you roll?
I rolled a 12.
A 12.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Yeah, here we are. You can see that these sort of like poachers mean business. They're rough, they're strong, they have weapons, they look rough. There's like 2 tieflings, there's a large orc, a human, like two humans, and you can hear them just sort of grumbling, let's kill these freaking snails. I hate snails so much. As they sort of approach the bridge, is there like a trigger that you want? Do you want to wait till they're on the bridge? Do you want to wait till they're like off on the other side? What would you like to do to spring out?
We should trap them on the bridge, right?
Yeah, I want to see. Could I possibly cast something just before they get onto the bridge?
You could use that in your surprise round. You have a surprise round to cast it. So
Cool,
I would
cool,
say
cool,
like
cool.
once they're there, they're in view. You can wait until they're. Do you want to wait until they're like on the bridge?
I actually like them exactly where they are.
All right. In that case, why don't we just get started with initiative? First up in the surprise round, which you guys did, is Chalmerston. He is going to pop out and fire with his little crossbow. He's going to just try and hit this guard who's in front and says, "Die, you poacher scum!" And he fires with his crossbow. That's going to be a 9. You can see the crossbow and just goes off into the woods as he misses. Tisryn, you're up next in this surprise round.
Oh boy. I'm going to throw a dart at that same person.
All right, go ahead, make an attack.
Okay. Yes. Oh goodness. 14.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Yes, it is a dart that has a little feather on the end of it.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, that's nice. 8 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, this dart like sticks right in this guy's cheek. He's like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" And you can see it's like really done quite a bit of damage to this guy who wasn't expecting it.
You should leave flare snails alone.
Up next.
No, I'm not done.
Oh,
Because I have bonus action.
go ahead.
I think now I'm
You
going
had more
to.
to say. Not another thing.
I'm going to. He's on the bridge?
Yes.
So can I flip up onto the bridge?
Absolutely.
Or like fly up to the
Yes,
on top of the bridge?
It doesn't take much. You've had time to prepare like how you're going to get up there. So it's easy for you all to sort of pop out. You're sort of like springing out from underneath the bridge. It's not super high. It's you can just jump up and be there.
I want to go up to him and hit him with an unarmed strike. Bonus action.
Sure.
With my like palm into the chin.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
And non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
We talked about that. 18.
18, that hits. Roll damage.
It will be another 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
but non-lethal.
You palm him to the chin. You purposefully, you can see you kind of pull your punch, so as opposed to like forcing his chin into the back of his brain, you just sort of hit him right at the side, and you can see him immediately out cold. And
then I would like to spend a key point to do patient defense.
I think that is your bonus action. Is that right?
Tell me, I'm sorry. I can't do that. Never mind. No, yeah, I guess, yeah, they're separate. The first time doing it, and I didn't do it right. Never mind. I just stand. I have more movement, yes?
You definitely have. I would say you used about, let's just say 5 feet of movement.
So I'm going to flip back under the bridge.
Great. Up next is Herman Lerman.
Oh.
Herman, you're over here.
Right. Okay. What's my movement?
I think your movement's 25.
Okay. Like, how close are all these bad dudes to each other?
They're like from here. The farthest away is like 10 feet.
Okay. So can I get like around them so that we're all within like a 15-foot cube?
Yeah. And how far is which spell are you trying to cast?
I'm trying to do Thunder Wave.
All right. You could go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I can't get them all in, though.
You can't get them all in. You could get 5, 10, 15. You could get these two in, but it would also, I think, get Tuyen as well.
Oh. In that case, instead I'll do Earth Tremor, which is 10-foot range.
Sure. So you could get 3 of them.
Fabulous. But I have to be within, I believe, right?
What's the range on it?
10 feet.
No. That's
I'm confused.
You're good.
What'd you say?
You're good. That's like the 10 feet is how the area which the spell affects, but the range of the spell is how far you are away to cast it, which I'm pretty sure you're fine.
I got you. Say that again.
Read Earth Tremor to me.
Earth Tremor. First level evocation. Casting time, 1 action. Range area, 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You cause a tremor in the ground within range. Each creature other than you in that area must make a dex saving throw.
So
yes, you must be closer.
You have to be close to them. Okay, so you could get 5, 10, 15, 20. You could actually get within 10 feet of all of them, or 10 feet of these two, but you'd be right next to them. Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah. So what save do they have to make for Earth Tremor?
A dex save. Dex 15.
All right. They're both going to make, or all 3 of them are going to make their saves. First is this big guy. Dex save. He passes. The poisoner fails, and that back bandit fails. So 1 pass and 2 fail. So go ahead.
Okay, so the failed guys take 1d6 bludgeoning, and they're knocked prone.
All right. Go ahead and roll 1d6 damage.
You've got to be kidding me! It's a 1.
Okay. The earth shakes a little bit. 1 rocks like sort of comes up and like scrapes the side of their face,
and it knocks them over.
And they fall backwards. They have fallen over.
Okay.
Up next in the surprise round is Jeeps, who is going to pull out one of these. He's going to hop onto the bridge here and pull out one of these throwing circles and throw it at the big guy who's standing in front of him.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Sure.
Noah?
Yeah, go ahead.
If the ground in this area is loose earth or stone, it becomes difficult terrain.
Yeah, it is definitely difficult terrain there. I
Okay.
would say, like in this area. Oh boy, in this area here, and then behind you as well. This
Okay.
is difficult terrain. Awesome. He pulls out a throwing star, but it sails wide and sails and twangs into a tree behind it. And now Tuyen, the bunny has left, and it is your turn. You're right here. This area in front of you is difficult terrain. 2 of them are knocked over, and 2 are standing.
Okay, can I use Shape Water? The range is 30 feet, and the area that I can cast it is 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, like, make some, like, snakes out of the water to just sort of psych out the ones that are still standing. Well, are the ones that are standing too far away from me? It's 30 feet.
No, you can do that. I would say
Okay.
you'd have to pick either the front group or the back group.
The back group.
All right. I'm going to. Why don't you roll an intimidation check, and I'll oppose that to see what happens to them.
Hey, I'm good at intimidation. That is 17.
17. Yeah, you sort of whip these water snakes at them as they hiss and like sort of scream with water as they sort of like burst into flames. And I would say that both of these bandits will have disadvantage on their attacks next round, as you have sort of psyched them out. They still look like they're in for a fight as they are just realizing what's going on, but they both will have disadvantage on their attacks next round.
And then can I use my bonus action to dash just forward, like,
Yeah,
not within the difficult terrain, but as close as I can get to it?
You have your movement, so
movement,
you could just move to here.
Yeah.
And then if there's anything else you want to do with your bonus action, you could do that as well.
Do I want to do anything with my bonus action? Can I... Is there anywhere for me to hide?
You could try and hide back underneath the bridge over here.
Does that give me an advantage on my next
It could
turn?
if they don't find you. Yeah, you could get advantage.
Okay, yeah, I'll hide under the bridge again.
Let's say here. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Sneaky boy. Oh no, that's a 3.
Well, they rolled a 1, so you are actually hidden as they try to perceive you.
Yeah.
You again step on this bunny that's underneath the bridge, but in this heat of the moment, they don't.
It's just a cat noise.
Beep, the bunny says. All right. Now it's the top of the round. All these like.
Wait, did
I didn't go.
Rufus?
Oh, Rufus, did we skip you? Oh, my bad, Rufus. I skipped you. Go ahead, Rufus.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
orb them. Fucking.
Which one would you like to orb?
I want to put it. I want to put it in the middle, like in between them, because it's a beep 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 pop pop. I just don't want to hit anybody. Oh, I guess 4-inch diameter sphere.
Yeah, it's a range attack, so you'll only be able to get 1.
Okay, so the big boy.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
The big boy. 16.
16 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Good. 8. $17.
And what type of damage is that?
What is he, just a guy?
He looks like just like a big, strong orc.
Big dude. Lightning.
Lightning. Yeah, you can see this ball of condensed lightning slams the gun and electrocutes him. So you can see some steam coming off of his body. Now it's to the top of the round. Sorry about that. And Chalmers...
Oh, can I move too?
Yes,
Sorry.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Where would you like to move?
I just want to move. I want to get on the bridge, but I want to go as far towards the other side of the bridge as I can.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
Yeah, that's good.
Great. Chalmerston jumps up and begins to charge 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 15, 20, 25, and 30, even with the difficult terrain. He's able to get up right on this big guy, and he takes a slash at him with a sword, and is going to miss. You can see he's like not actually very strong, and just sort of flails the sword forward, and this big guy is now ready, and he sort of turns out of the way as the sword just clangs against the ground. Up next is Tisryn.
Oh boy. I'm going to fly
Yeah?
and get behind the big guy
Okay,
and land there
sure.
and try to hit him with my quarterstaff.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
And do I have advantage because of flanking?
Sure, you certainly do.
That is a 25.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. You are bad person. That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage with quarterstaff.
All right, yeah, that slaps into his back. You can feel sort of shoulder crack down as you hit him hard. What do you want to do for your bonus action?
I want to now spend key point to take patient defense.
All right, you sort of take a defensive stance. You see all of the calisthenics sort of coalesce into one moment as Tisryn sort of grips his feet into the ground, ready to move out of the way. Up next is the poisoner. He's going to spend half his movement to stand up, and he is going to turn to Chalmerston, and you see him reach into his jacket and pull out this like long syringe. It's with a thick needle. It's filled with this like glowing green substance, which you would now know is poison, and he's going to try and jam it into Chalmerston. Let's see here. +5 to hit. And he rolls a natural 1. You can see he slams it down, and it just gets stuck in the ground in front of him. Up next is Rufus.
Does Hamburger get to go?
Hamburger would have a turn at the end of your turn, but I don't think he has any damage attacks he can do. He could...
He can
cast
bite.
a touch spell. He can't attack.
He can't attack, but he could
Okay.
you could cast a spell through him. But if he sort of enters combat, then he could also be killed. Not permanently,
No.
but he could disappear, and you'd have to recast the spell.
Okay, no, he's staying in my jacket. Okay. But beep boop beep up boop beep boop up. Can I cast Infestation
Sure.
on? Is there's somebody next to the big one, right? The big
it's
guy.
like the poisoner is down in there.
Okay, him for sure. And that's a con save 14.
All right. Let's see here. Got a good constitution, but that's still going to be a fail with a 13.
Okay, and then it takes 1d6 of poison damage, which is going to be 2, and moves 5 feet in a random direction.
Yeah.
And roll d4 for the direction.
All right.
Where's d4? Here you are. 4 is west. I don't know where west is on this map.
He actually can't move west because there's somebody right next to him. You can also see that as this poison tries to take into his body, you can see it immediately like tries to seep through his skin, but he's like sort of covered in this coat of dark green acid, and it just sort of drips off of him, doing no damage at all.
Well,
This is how we learn.
Up next is this big one. He's first going to take a slash at Chalmerston in front of him, which is going to hit. And you can see this large gleaming scimitar sort of cuts into Chalmerston for 6 damage. And he's going to spin around and do an attack at you, Tisryn, with disadvantage. It's going to be a 19 and a 20. So he is going to hit with a 19. And again, this large gleaming scimitar comes down on you for 9 points of damage.
No!
And then he's going to try and spin back around, sort of flipping a dagger up and try and get Chalmerston again. And that is going to hit as well for Not much damage, just 4 points of damage. But yeah, you can see Chalmerston start to bleed pretty badly as he just sort of... Up next is Herman Lerman.
Oh dear.
Herman,
Are
I'm
any of
very
these-
hurt.
What?
I'm very hurt, Herman.
Oh, I don't
I'm
have
just
any
telling you.
healing spells, friend.
I'm just telling you.
Terribly sorry.
Did you say anybody hurt?
Uh,
Anybody hurt?
the bandit captain looks pretty hurt. Nobody else really has taken that much damage.
Okay. Well, now can I move to a place? No, I can't because there's tons of people out. Sorry.
It's okay.
Haven't cast spells in a long time, you guys. Well, then why don't I throw a mind sliver
Sure.
at the bandit captain?
All right. Yeah, does he have to make a saving throw for that?
Intelligence 15.
Great. He fails with a natural 1.
Does that
Wow.
mean double damage?
No.
Damn it. Okay. 1 second. It's all happening, you guys. 1d6. Okay, so it takes 1d6 psychic damage and then subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes
All right.
before the end of my next turn.
All right.
Okay. And that's 3
3 points of
psychic
damage. Yeah, you can see like sort of like a pop and like some blood starts to drip out of his ear. He's looking like he's taken some damage, but also looks like he is not ready to back down at all. Up next are these 2 bandits. One's going to charge at you and the other's going to charge at you. So one on you, Tisryn, with disadvantage. 17, 14. Does a 14 hit?
No.
He swings and misses, and Herman does with disadvantage, does a 11 hit?
No.
Yeah, they both swing and both go wide, sort of freaked out from these snakes they saw earlier. You can see, next up is Jeeps. Jeep sort of turns over his shoulder at you, Rufus, and says, "Please stay safe, sir," and then charges into the fray over here. And is going to pull out his silvered cane and make a swing at this big guy, which is going to hit as he whacks him on the side of the head for not actually a lot of damage, 4 points of damage. As you can see now, a bunch of blood is starting to gush out of this large guy's head. And up next is Tuyen. Tuyen, you're hidden, so you have advantage, which would give you sneak attack.
Okay. I am going to use my sneak attack against the poisoner.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I have to get close enough to reach. Wait, sorry, I'm just reading sneak attack.
Either
Deal
way,
extra 1d6 damage to one
Yeah.
creature with you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. Must use a finesse or ranged weapon.
which you're using.
Yeah, okay.
And since there's somebody on him, you would definitely get your sneak attack.
Okay. I'm going to use my short sword.
All right. Go ahead and roll an attack.
That is 7.
7, you miss, but you can use your offhand to try and make another attack on him.
Okay. Can I try my short sword again?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say 17.
That hits. So go ahead and roll 2d6, but just don't add anything to it.
Oh,
You still had your
2d6.
modifier.
Not for the
because it's
offhand.
offhand.
Okay. 2d6. Roll. 3.
Oh, yeah, you stab into him. It hurts him a little. You can feel the blade go into him, but he sort of like pushes it out of him. And a gout of blood does spurt out, as he definitely took that damage. Up next is Chalmerston, who's going to take another attack on this big guy in front of him, which is going to hit for 8 points of damage. Yeah, you can see this bandit captain is looking very bad as a huge chunk of flesh is like cut off the side of him. And up next is Tisryn.
Okay.
Rufus.
Oh, no, I got Rufus. I messed up last time.
Never mind.
But not
Never
this
mind.
time.
One more time, I tried to take my quarterstaff with advantage because of flanking. Yes.
Yes.
Onto the big man. I don't like him. That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Slam onto the top of his head for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
10 points of bludgeoning damage. Your quarterstaff, you raise it up, Tisryn. You bring it down, and you can feel his skull just shatter and crack in as there's a splash of blood and guts everywhere, sort of like a fountain raining upward as this one.
We didn't want to kill them, right?
He's totally dead. He
I had
falls
to
sort
kill
of
him because
forward.
he was
and
going to kill
falls
me. He
down
tried to kill
dead.
me.
I thought we were just gonna.
No, I
knock
had
them
to kill him. He tried to
unconscious.
kill me. I'm almost dead. And then,
I didn't realize we were gonna murder.
and then I'm going to. Oh boy, there are 3 people around me.
Yeah, there's one behind you and one to your right.
Oh boy. I'm going to spend a key point and bonus action patient defense again.
All right. Next up is this poisoner. Standing right in front of you, Tuyen. He's going to yank his like weird needle syringe out of the ground and try and jab it into you. Does an 8 hit? I'm going to say
8?
Yeah. No, of course not. You swing and you just sort of very smoothly lean backwards as this like rusty needle swings past you. Up next,
Ian is so deadpan. I love it.
No.
Up next is Rufus.
Cool. I want to cast message into the brain of the poison man.
Okay. What do you want to say?
And he doesn't know what I sound like, right? I didn't speak to him.
I don't think so.
I just want to say it in a very like ooh voice, like the young ginger has the snails in his coat, and then as a bonus action, I want to use.
Wait, hold on. What? Sorry.
No, I'm following.
The young ginger has the snails in his coat.
So the poisoner will go after him.
Yeah, I'm the young ginger.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
I didn't think that was that complicated.
No, it was me.
With
It was a weirdly formulated sentence.
And with the voice.
And then what did you want to do with your bonus action?
And then I wanted to actually, do I need to do that? How much can I move? Yeah, I just want to keep not do a bonus action, just keep moving down the other side of the river. I know I'm on the other side of the bridge.
Towards the fight?
No, towards the what is that gate in the middle way?
Like
Oh, that's just the book.
That's just the book. This is a mound of dirt that runs the lane.
I want to move, towards that on land.
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to just bring it down a little bit. 25, 30. So for those who can see on stream, he's right up here.
I'm over there.
Blue, I
Good.
thought those were train tracks.
Will you Will you roll an intimidation check for this poisoner to see if a ghost scares him into trying to
I guess so. More of like a godly voice, not a ghost
god.
voice. I know I did a ghost voice. Just something all-knowing.
Do you want to give another shot on the god? Because I'm loving this.
God sounds like a very spooky ghost.
Okay, wait, I want to try again.
All
I
right, I'll
can't
give
look at any of
a
you
second
though.
shot. Give me a second shot.
That made it worse.
Could we have quiet, please?
The boy with the red hair has the snails in his pocket.
Yes, hell yeah. You can absolutely have advantage on your intimidation check for that incredible display of lordliness, godliness.
I'm on T. My voice is cracking a lot, guys. It wasn't fair.
Oh.
Roll with advantage. You
with
earned that
advantage?
advantage. Yeah, absolutely.
got a 1 and a 4.
A 1 and a 4. You don't know what effect this has on this poisoner, man. It's
I
hard to
put
tell.
so much into that.
You
God
did.
damn.
You put your heart and soul into it, and we appreciated it. Anyway,
That means nothing to me.
up next, up next is Herman Lerman.
Oh, well, here we go. It means nothing to you.
I was wondering, Noah, if I think I can do this. Within 60 feet, is an object that's not being worn or carried?
Yeah, there's like pebbles and rocks along the stream.
Yeah, so I find like about a 5-pound rock.
Sure.
And I want
rock.
stone.
Rock.
It's a stone. My mistake. It's a stone. So I'm gonna take that, and it's gonna fly straight up into the air, 90 feet straight up into the air, and then it's going to fall to the ground on top of the gang leader guy who's almost dead.
Is this mage hand or
I thought
is
the gang leader
this
guy is dead.
the gang leader guy is
Oh,
dead? The
he
poisoner's
died?
still alive.
Oh, damn! Because he had. Okay. Well, I'll try
Do
it
the
on the
poisoner.
poisoner.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Is this mage hand or catapult?
This is catapult.
All right, great. So he has to roll a Constitution saving throw. Is that right? No, Anthony.
That's a
do you remember?
dex. He
Dex
has to pass
saving
the
throw.
dex 15. The reason I wanted to do the other guy was because he had disadvantage.
Yes. He had that -4 from Mind Sliver, but Tisryn killed
But
him.
he's dead. But he's dead and buried in the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does a 13 pass?
No.
All right. Yeah. So this stone comes, this huge, really a large stone comes hurtling down towards him, and you do see as this stone is about to hit him, just for a moment, this poisoner looks up to the sky and says, "God," and then this stone comes.
And then wait, hold on. Before it falls, I look him straight in the eye and I go, "So there is no God."
Sure. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
We're not gonna kill them though, right?
Okay. It's already
Okay.
begun.
So it's 3d8.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a 7,
Okay.
and that's a 6,
Okay.
Oh God.
and that's a 4.
Nice.
It's 17.
How do you kill this
Oh,
this
God.
poisoner?
With a big rock
Uh-huh.
coming down from the sky.
Again.
And I just want him to go like a pin straight down into the earth.
Absolutely. He looks up. He's looking up to the sky to see if there is a god. You whisper, "There is no god," as this rock slams into him. You can see it smashes straight directly through his body, slamming it straight into the ground. You can see that like his spine is compacted straight down into the ground. There's a huge splash of gore everywhere, flinging up into the air as it sort of re-hits this puddle of gore underneath it.
It's got some backsplash from the previous gore, yeah.
Exactly.
After that, I just want to turn to my friends and say, "I'm sorry, children. He tried to hurt my snails."
Fair enough. Up next are these two other bandits. I'm going to see if they stick around or what they do. They just saw a lot of death. One rolled a natural 1, and the other rolled a 4. They're both going to try and get the hell out of here. This one starts running this direction. Herman, do you want to take an attack of opportunity as he starts to run away?
Yeah.
Roll a d20 and add, I think, 2 with your dagger.
Oh, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
You sort of do this with your dagger, and he runs by, and he's gonna run.
I throw it underhanded. Yeah.
He gets to about. Yeah,
It was just to scare him away anyway.
He's really making a break for it, and this one's gonna run. He's actually gonna run. Oh, he's dead. He's gonna run by both of you. So Tisryn, and you already used your reaction. So Tisryn, you can make an attack as he runs out of your melee.
I just want to hit him in the kneecap. I do not want to kill him.
15, 20.
That is 25 to hit.
Go ahead, roll damage.
That is 10 points of
Oh my
bludgeoning damage. But I do not want to non-lethal. I just want to hit him in the knee.
You
just never
swing your quarterstaff back behind you. You absolutely blow up his kneecap. You can feel it shatter and his legs switch backwards as he falls face first into the dirt. You can see his face hits like this stone that's there, immediately cracking the side of his face. You can see like his eyeball is sort of like dislodged from his face, but he's still breathing. Up next is Jeeps, actually.
I think it'd be nicer to kill him.
Jeeps looks over to you, Rufus. You know, this bandit's right at this forest line, which let's see if I can actually move that over there. There we go. Right at the forest line, and says, "Sir, should we pursue or let him run away?"
We can let him go. I think I just want to do something to him, but I don't want to kill him, so no. Maybe not.
I know. I wish there was like a way we could tie these guys up or something. But
I know I don't have the right stuff.
I don't have anything for it. I don't think.
Tuyen, is there anything you want to do for this last guy who's fleeing, or are you ready to let them go? It's up to you.
You have your hand raised.
Tuyen, wait,
Yeah,
hold
I was
on.
waiting for Ian. Oh, Ian's
Tuyen.
frozen.
There
there
you
you are.
freeze?
I'm back. Yeah,
okay.
my screen froze for a second,
All
but I'm
good.
back.
Anything you want to do as this guy runs away, or you're going to just let him go?
Should we... I'm going to shout, never mess with flail snails ever again.
Amazing.
Can I?
Amazing.
Can
I
I
have
actually...
an idea.
Oh, go ahead.
Tisryn, you're up next.
Oh, sorry.
I have rope. I'm going to tie up the two unconscious people. I'm going to pick up the one with the broken knee. That's what you get. And then I put him next to the other person. And I tie them together like Scooby-Doo style.
Sure, absolutely. Rufus, it is now your turn. Before...
I want to message the guy.
yes.
How far is that? Yeah, I want to message the guy and just have a voice come into his head
Okay.
and say, "Boys never come back. The snails are here to fight."
Herman, is there anything you'd like to do to add to that? Or do you want to roll
The psychic message, or should I take a separate action?
Rufus, go ahead and roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Oh. Okay. Intimidation, you said?
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, you can see he sort of is like, and sort of stumbles for a moment as it seems like you've reached him, and he does not look like he's turning around. Herman, sort of as the last thing of this combat, is there anything you'd like to do or just kind of move on from this?
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could cast sleep on the guy who's running away.
What's the range on sleep? How far away?
90 feet, and I knew you were gonna ask, so I was ready.
All right, roll 5d8.
That's so funny, running to just fall asleep.
5d8, babe.
Yeah.
Okay, Anthony, will you count for me?
Mhm.
2,
Mhm.
4,
Mhm.
2, 2, 4.
He falls asleep.
14.
Barely, you barely get him. He's running.
Really?
He just sort of just goes like, boom, and just hits the ground and sort of skids across the ground. And I think with that, you all are out of initiative. You have these two mangled but alive people tied up, and this other one sleeping.
Does anyone else have rope?
I think I might. Yes, we
You
should
should
get,
tie him
grab
up
that
too.
last man.
I run over and tie up the sleeping guy.
Yeah, you drag him back to the group.
We'll look to see if the poacher has anything on his person.
Yeah,
The big bad one who hurt me really badly.
You see that. Okay, where is this? You see he has these two really, really well-crafted swords. They look like they're really nice, and maybe even that they might be +1 short swords.
Tuyen,
I have 2 short swords. Would it be okay if I took these?
of course.
Yeah.
Thank
So, Ian, you can replace the short swords you have with 2 +1 short swords.
No, I want them.
And you also find 24 gold pieces.
Ooh. I distribute. Hello, friends. We each get 4 gold pieces each.
Oh no,
Can
you keep it. I'm rich, so.
Yes, I don't need it, but thank you.
Tuyen, we
rich
each get
too?
12 gold
Are you
pieces.
also rich?
Yeah, no, from the books.
From the books? Oh, rich from the
Yeah.
books, yes. I'm rich
I-
from family name. So from the books.
No, terrible.
Oh, yes.
Generational wealth. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily like strapped for money if you want to keep it, Tisryn, but you could give me like, I don't know. Well, okay, how much money do you have? Because I have 150 gold, and I feel like that's a good
I have very much
side.
less than that.
You can
Yes, how
keep
poor
it.
are you,
then,
Tisryn?
then
I have
don't
very
just
little
ask
money.
someone how poor they are, Rufus.
Okay,
That's kind of
I do
rude.
not have very much money because I do not earn money at the monastery, but they gave me a little spending money, and I earn money in my work study program.
Well, then you can keep it and buy yourself
Thank you.
something nice. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah. I'm okay. I'll take these swords since I'm already taking something. I don't need the
As
swords
you're
and the gold.
distributing this money, you hear a rustling from the forest tree line, and pushing out of the tree line are a group of 5 flail snails, slowly moving forward. They're this burnt yellow color with these pearlescent shells on their back. Their heads lift about 4 feet off the ground, and at the top they have these pink flails that sort of probe the air. They sort of are moving in the path of where you have these guys tied up and where these dead bodies are. They're going to go over this bridge, but they don't really seem interested or threatened by you at all.
Did you say 4 feet?
Yes.
They're huge.
Yes, they're large.
Big
Oh my
Beautiful.
god.
Chalmers says, there they are. See, I knew they'd come. We saved them, friends. We saved
Think they will eat the dead bodies?
Let's see. I do, honestly.
Before we
Oh.
go near them, can I try to search the poisoner?
Sure. Roll me a quick investigation check as these flail snails are coming through.
God, I'm rolling really bad.
Could I help with the search?
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Why don't you roll one as well?
Yeah, I only got an 11.
11, okay.
The investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Thanks,
Got
Tuyen.
a 15.
15, yeah, you find 2 vials of acid on this guy.
Acid! We're just doing acid.
Yeah, it looks like he maybe had more at some point, but they've all been shattered from getting hit by a huge rock.
I'll take them. Does anyone need acid? Could use it?
Do you guys, for the tied up people, are you moving the tied up people out of the way of the snails, or are you sort of just stepping back and letting them sort of make their way over them and over the dead bodies?
Maybe we should drag them out of the way.
I like the imagery of them going over the dead bodies.
Yeah, so you pull the alive people out of the way, but these 5 flail snails sort of make their way over the dead bodies, and you can see that like as they sort of pass over them, the sort of like layer of skin and clothing that was left is completely sort of corroded and melted away. It's kind of like gory and disgusting, and it's like clearly the snails have sort of like dissolved and then consumed a bit of their body that has made their way over them.
See, we have helped nature. We have helped nature return nature to nature.
It's the circle of life. It is. That's what it is.
Is there anything you all would
very
like
dark.
to do with these alive people? As
I
these
think they
flail
need a
snails-
lecture from. Think they need a lecture from the lecturer.
Oh, heavens! Are they awake?
No. And the flail snails are now continuing on. They're looking like they're going to continue into the forest as well.
I have to go follow this flail snail. 'Cause
Yeah.
I haven't made it yet. I wonder if we can leave them with Chernobyl or that's not it.
Chernobyl.
I'm Charmelston.
Charmelston.
Yeah, you got it.
Insensitive.
Oh shit.
Could we leave the people with the fear ball and I can follow these snails. I mean, I think he's already following the snails. To
Sure.
Be honest.
Oh,
This is all
yeah.
about these
Yeah,
beautiful,
I
beautiful
can-
snails.
Do you want me to look after them?
What does that wink mean?
That sounded like you're going to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait.
Only now am I realizing we don't know each other very well.
No.
I would prefer if you could call the administration or any some sort of
Remember when I
wanna say
said there's
police
no,
force, but
there ain't
something.
no police out here, friend. It's just us. We are the law now.
All right. Well,
Oh. Is there any sort of like wildlife protection organization that like prosecutes poachers
You're
or
looking at it,
something?
friend.
Uh, um, maybe just give them a very stern lecture when they wake up and then make them promise to never bring harm to flail snails ever again?
yes, or yeah, then you could in addition assign them some community service around the preserve.
And the community service, we're being very clear, is not murder.
Yeah.
That does not mean you get to murder them. None of this is a fun little,
Nobody's giving you the green light.
No.
No.
We're being very literal.
We're being clear. Don't murder them.
You haven't spoken in a minute or so, and I feel like
Just
you're not
waiting to
listening.
see
You've
if you're
been
going to change
smiling.
your mind.
No,
All right. Look. It's fine. I won't murder him. I'll give him a strong talking to, and then I'll let him go. All right? You all did me a solid by helping out. I couldn't have taken those guys by my own. You know that. So
We
I'll
saw
do
you
this for you.
fight.
And maybe just search them if they have any good things, if they have any items that you think might be useful.
All right. Well, I'll be here. I can't carry him back to the cabin. So why don't you guys follow, and I'll just keep an eye on it and see if they wake up. You can check back in on me on your way back.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, go on. Get out of here. Follow those darn snails. Yeah, you all follow these snails for about an hour. They come to this large stone wall that's like covered in moss and broken branches. It looks like 25 feet high, and as the flail snails like reach this, you can see them almost like start to like deconstitute a little bit. It looks like they almost begin to melt a little bit. And as they get to this stone wall, they just pass through it.
I walk up to the stone wall. Can I touch it?
Yeah, you touch and your hand sort of moves through it.
I walk through.
Yeah, you walk through, and Tisryn disappears through the wall.
I follow.
Yeah.
That's fault.
As you all
Yeah.
walk through, you see on the other side that you are suddenly standing on this like rocky, barren landscape. It looks like the surface of a moon or an asteroid. The sky is a completely different color. It's like a light pink color, and like a few scraggly, leafless trees, very short, poke through the rocks. Around you, you can see that there's this stone wall continues like in a circle. And in front of you, you can see that like in like almost craters are these large pools of this yellow viscous liquid. And you can see in front of you the flail snails you are following begin to go into this liquid and like deconstitute into the liquid. And you can see occasionally poking up out of these out of the liquid are like the flails that are sort of going. It doesn't look violent or painful, but it just looks like they poke up and then like disappear back down. And that's sort of what you see in front of you, like multiple sections of these pools.
What is
Are they
happening?
are they mating in those pools?
Yes, they come together in these shallow pools and they deconstitute into a single union and they mate. And for a brief moment, they are both one and many.
As
So
you
cool.
as you look on, you can see, you know, the one close to you is kind of bubbling, and then these like small little circular like jellies sort of float up like bloop bloop. First there's like 10, 50, then like 100 as this pool fills and is covered to the top with these small tiny flail snail eggs. And as you look in, you can see tiny little flail snails sort of covered in this like gelatinous egg that just sort of sits at the surface.
Herman goes up to them and whispers, "Hello, children.
You can see
You're gonna be okay."
they kind of whisper. You can see them almost like part of the egg sort of like shift as they almost make sense of your voice.
Wow.
Rufus is crying.
So is Herman.
Yeah, and you can see all around multiple of these pools, the same thing is sort of happening all around, and it sort of just comes to an end as each pool is sort of filled to the brim with these eggs.
Tuyen, when you are flirting, is this what you are imagining will be happening to you?
Not exactly, you know.
You should be so lucky.
There's less eggs involved. A lot less. Usually none. Usually.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I? One of the little vials of acid. Is there somewhere I can safely dump a little?
Yeah,
bit of
there's
acid
just like
on them?
rock everywhere, and so you
Okay,
can just
I
pour it
just-
out.
Want to get rid of that, and
Sure.
if there's like some remains of like the snail like sludge that they leave behind, can I fill it with that?
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand check.
Are they gonna get mad at me? Oh no. Oh god.
What are you trying to do, Rufus?
6. I just wanted to edge for science.
Well, you sort of put your hand down and sort of push a couple of these eggs out of the way. You feel like you're trying to be careful, and you feel your pinky just sort of graze this yellow liquid. Will you roll a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no.
Don't steal the babies.
No, not the babies. Not the babies.
Not the babies. You're trying to get this liquid, but you sort of
liquid.
accidentally touched it.
15.
A 15. You sort of just have this flash for a second, and it's an image in your head of a young man who sort of looks like you, but sort of doesn't, is wearing clothes that you would never wear, and he is watching someone, and you can't quite make out who he's watching. And this person is like leaning over some small patch of land. You can't see if maybe it's like a patch of grass or just like somebody's reaching into the ground to grab something. And you see that they look up, the person, and look towards this young man you're looking at. And then you kind of like snap out of whatever was going on. And everyone, you sort of watch as Rufus just goes still for a second, and then sort of snaps out of everything and comes back to. But you have this vial of snail viscous liquid.
And that's what I just touched accidentally?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna, cap it off and save it.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Just a brain hiccup, I think.
No, do I know anything about the effect of this slime on people?
Roll a history check.
19.
You have heard legends of this because this, where you are, is incredibly rare. You've heard legends that people who have interacted with a flail snail mating experience have had visions of their ancestors before.
My child, I must ask, what was brain hiccup you've experienced? What did you see something, or?
Yes, I did. It looked, but I didn't recognize anybody. It looked like someone that kind of looked like me, and there was another person there, and I'm not quite sure where they were, and I'm not quite sure what this other person was doing. But the other me was watching, I think.
Gadzooks! This is wild! It's only ever been myth that this stuff could cause this kind of reaction in a sentient being. Gadzooks! I can't believe it! Do you know what this could be? The possibilities of the science? I gotta get back to the lab.
So are you saying that that might have happened, or is...
There's legend that when a sentient being comes in contact with the flail snail stuff, that they can sometimes have visions of ancestors.
Oh, so okay. Oh.
I mean, much experimentation remains to be done for clarity, and this is merely a hypothesis. Much more studying would be necessary to confirm, but I will take my own sample and study it in my laboratory, and perhaps we can be in contact.
That would maybe be good. Yeah. That would be good.
Well,
He's a
this
little
has...
visibly freaked out.
Oh, there, child. Well, this has been the best day of my entire life. Thank you all, children. You're wonderful, and I'm sure you're going to grow up to be big and strong. Thank you.
I'm already bigger and stronger than you.
Yeah, but you're going to get bigger and stronger than you. Gee whiz. Gosh, it's like you got no social grace, man. You gotta be sensitive. I know I'm small. You think I don't know? I live with me all day long.
With that, is there anything else that you would like to do here, or you want to make your way back?
Let us make our way back. We will escort Herman Lerman back to his lodgings.
Herman reaches a hand up to hold yours.
Mm-hmm. Rufus, yes.
I just want to take a picture of it. I don't have a camera.
No.
Let's all
Herman.
hold hands, and all at the same time we'll say click, and we'll take a mental picture, children.
Ooh.
Here we go. Say cheese.
Cheese or click?
Click.
Hey, click. No, you say I'll do the click because I'm the adult.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. Cheese.
Click?
Click.
Oh.
I feel
So you say click after the cheese.
it's fine if you have your own copy. It's fine. I was gonna send it out later, but if you guys all took your own picture.
Okay. Right, we should go.
Yeah, you all pass back through the entrance you came, and you turn and look behind you, and you can see that this stone has a solid form behind you. You make your way. Yeah, you go to touch it, Tisryn, and it is solid again. Can't make your way through.
How are such things possible?
I guess it's magic.
Or science. One of the two.
Yeah, you make your way back. You can see that Chalmerston is sitting with these now 2 conscious bandits, and is just sort of he sees like in the middle of a talk, and you can see them nodding vigorously to whatever he's saying, and he sort of looks at you all and says, "Yeah, me and the 2 boys here had a bit of a talking to. They didn't really know what they got themselves into, and they've paid handily for what they've done. So I don't
What
think
about
they're
the
gonna...
third one that
Where
was
is the
asleep?
third one?
Where's the sleeping one I put to sleep? Oh, Chalmers. Oh, man.
My
He was
bad.
sleeping, man. That wasn't cool. I got kids with me, man. They can't see this stuff. They're
They
too
didn't
young.
Hey,
He was asleep. That was we did.
they didn't see anything. Nobody saw
Okay,
anything,
well,
right, guys?
I'm gonna take these young. I'm gonna take these young people away from you now.
All right, Herman,
All
it was
right.
such a pleasure. Truly a pleasure meeting you.
And thank you for what you did.
Yeah, you all wave goodbye. You can see Chalmerston is beginning to untie these other 2 bandits. And you slowly make your way back to campus. You got up pretty early, so it's kind of later in the day, maybe dusk when you arrive. And Herman, the group sort of leads Herman over to the entrance of campus again, where the train car is waiting for you, Herman, to take you back down if you want to say your goodbyes.
Oh, wonderful. Anyway, this is my train, children. So I just want to, again, thank you. For anybody who didn't take the picture themselves, I'll be sending it out. So you'll get a copy of that. And Rufus, I'll be in touch with you about the slime. Fascinating stuff. Thank you all for your support and kindness. You're great students and even greater people.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lerman. It was so wonderful to meet you, and I hope we'll see you again someday soon.
Yes, I hope so as well.
Thank you.
I love you, Herman Lerman.
Well,
Whoa. Oh. We're escalating to love. That's okay.
I know that you're still a child. And you're gonna figure this stuff out in time. But I just want to plant a little seed in your head as you're growing. And the seed is called boundaries. Okay. So that's what I'll leave you with, children.
Oh no.
Bye.
You step in the train and it slides down the hill. You've all learned quite a bit today. And with that is where we will end our session. Thank you so much, Mary Wiseman, Herman Lerman. Give it up.
Thank you.
Thank you for
No, it's too
sticking
much.
with
Please,
us.
stop. It's too much.
As Anthony never breaks.
Are you okay?
you got him to break, Mary.
You're a different color.
Yeah, I look so
He
satisfying.
looks like he's gonna throw up and cry at the same time. Thank you all so much for hanging with us. Mary, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, I love you guys. I've missed you.
Yeah.
We miss you too.
We will see all of you out there hopefully on Thursday for a bit of Q&A, and we'll see you in the Discord. Until then, thank you all so much, and go flail snails.
Go flail.
Go,
Smith.
flail
Oh,
snails.
snails!